Stranger Things is finally back after a torturous long wait of over a year and a half from season 2, and it is back with a bang, literally at the end of season 3 when that big scary Russian machine thing gets blown up by Joyce and supposedly killing our beloved character Sheriff Hopper. But did it really kill him? The way the showrunners set it up sure implies they want us to think so, but they also left some clues that Hopper is not actually dead, which is my opinion that I will explore in this video. In the explosive season 3 finale that is blissfully over an hour long, a big battle ensues in Starcourt Mall between our beloved characters and a big scary spider monster that is made from melted humans and controlled by the Mind Flayer, aka the shadow monster from Upside Down. So while the kids fought that monster, the adults were busy going after the evil commies in a secret base down below in the mall in order to close the gate to hell. I mean Upside Down, they have opened down there.
Flee this, you ugly piece of shit!
Hopper, Joyce, and the crazy conspiracy nut Mary join forces and infiltrate their hidden Russian base fairly easily, after some comical moments with Mary practicing his smooth Russian on the soldiers who stopped him along the way, and an epic Rambo-style shoot-down of the soldiers outside the elevator by Hopper. They get all the way to the main room with the big key device that opens the portal to the Upside Down, and right before Joyce and Hopper turn it off and blow it up, Russian Arnold Schwarzenegger attacks Hopper and a heavy fistfight ensues between the two. The fight ends in Hopper pushing the henchman into the death rays with a device, which obliterates him of course, but it also results in Hopper getting trapped behind a wayward death ray, unable to leave before Joyce shuts the machine down. He is also curiously trapped between that thing and the open gate to the Upside Down, which is the biggest clue to what really happened to him when he signaled to Joyce to go ahead and shut everything down.
Новенькие, вчера вечером прилетели.
Попрощайтесь с солнцем.
А зачем солнце? Когда мы есть друг от друга, товарищ.
Да уж, товарищ.
И бутылка столичный.
After Joyce turns both keys to shut the machine down, which blows it up, we see a bunch of Russian scientists get brutally disintegrated by its death rays, same way we see the earlier soldiers get obliterated in the opening of the season, but curiously enough, we don't actually see Hopper get disintegrated himself in the process. In fact, we don't see Hopper at all after that point. Do we really think such a beloved character will be killed off screen? I don't think so. That alone is a clue that Hopper found a way to escape the explosion, and the only way that could be in my opinion is the wide open gate behind him to the Upside Down. Hopper must have hopped into it last moment before Joyce turned the keys. I mean, as bad as the Upside Down dimension might seem, it would sure beat an uneventful horrible death by getting disintegrated by a brutal death ray. Another small clue we get to what really happened to Hopper takes place with the very late arrival of Dr. Owens with the American soldiers to the explosion site. Dr. Owens gazes at the location of the previously wide open gate to the other dimension that was supposedly closed, but we see a distinct open crack in the wall where the gate was, further implying that Hopper not only hopped into the gate last moment, but the fact that the gate is not actually fully closed, giving us clues to what the characters needs to do next season to save Hopper, or at least find out where he really is. Finally, the biggest clue given to us about Hopper's fate actually comes in after credits scene, where we are shown another base in Russia where the soldiers proceed to escort the prisoner. Right before they do, one of them says, "No, not the American," which again heavily implies that somehow Hopper made it and somehow got captured by the Russians all the way in Russia. Maybe he found another portal in the Upside Down that he escaped through, and it just happens to land in Russia. We clearly find out there is such a portal with the end scene with a big epic reveal of a Demogorgon as the Russian soldiers feed one of the prisoners to it. So how did they get the Demogorgon if they don't have an open gate? Obviously they do. The other big plot point in the ending is the unlikely redemption of the character of Billy, who sacrifices himself to save Eleven. Billy was arguably the most hated character in the show with his introduction in season 2, a mean bully who picks on his own little sister and everyone else around him. We got a little hint into his tortured psyche last season with a scene showing his abusive father, but we got much more insight into his tortured past that made him what he is today when Eleven managed to use her telepathic powers to dive into his past. We see more instances of his father abusing him as a kid and him taking it out on other kids, which is typical behavior of bullies, who get their power by putting others down, which often reflects their own insecurities, as in this case.
What did we talk about? What did we talk about? Respect and responsibility. That is right.
At the final battle at Starcourt Mall, Billy drags Eleven to an altar-like ritual to sacrifice her to the big spider monster who's about to turn her into one of its minions. But just before the monster could claim Eleven, she managed to get to Billy by reminding him of his favorite memory of his mom at the beach, and appealing to whatever good redeeming qualities he might have buried deep down. This very emotional moment effectively breaks Billy out of the monster's possession, and he decides to commit the ultimate act of sacrifice by saving Eleven and getting killed by the monster in the process. His final words to his sister Max is, "I'm sorry," before dying, which concludes his heartbreaking redemption arc.
She was pretty.
Believing Hopper is dead, Joyce decides to move away from Hawkins with her kids, and she took the heartbroken Eleven with her. So where does that leave us next season? Well, right now it's pretty open. There is a potential of multiple filming locations with the characters being split up for an extended period of time, or a brief period of the characters visiting each other at any given point when the events of the next season take place, or simply that Joyce and her family decide to come back to Hawkins once Hopper is revealed to be alive and back to his old jobs there. Or potentially they would come back to Hawkins to find out his whereabouts and how to save him, maybe through another open portal.
But I know that's naive. It's just not how life works. It's moving. Always moving, whether you like it or not. For the sake of your poor old dad, keep the door open 3 inches.
As heartbreaking that supposed death scene of Hopper at the end seemed, with his letter to Eleven, which was very emotional, I believe the writers tricked us big time by making us believe he is gone, with that overdrawn, sad ending moments post his death. I believe Hopper is very much alive and is that American in that Russian prison at the end. I can't wait for season 4 and where it will take us next on this epic and strange journey. What did you guys think of that ending? Do you agree with me that Hopper is actually still alive? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Subscribe for more awesome content. Until next time, no chick flick moments.
It's building something.
No matter what happens, we have to stop him. Together.